Today we're going to be changing the street bike tire. But I wanted to point out, I'm doing a buddy's tire, he's on his way over. I wanted to point out I got the Mojo lever I mentioned in my other video, the no more paste, all that setup. But for street bike tires I also got these blocks from Mojo or Mojo, whatever. And I put them on here, which makes a difference. I've done a couple tires, I filmed them but it hadn't turned out good, so I haven't posted them. But these are the blocks. Kind of come down here, Brian. These here, get close. See, this is the original part right here, the metal, and no matter what I could do to put in there, rubber, plastic, whatever, it would still scratch the wheels. So I've used these. It's the same Teflon stuff or nylon or whatever it is that doesn't scratch the wheels. So I wanted to point that out. Something else I haven't pointed out, I don't think in the other videos. Make sure it's mounted to the floor. As you can see, I got this bolted. It's got to be real secure. And it makes tire changing a lot easier. So my buddy just showed up. He just drove by. He'll be here in a second. We're going to try and change, well, we are going to change the street bike tire today. And I'm going to film it. I'm going to wear that camera on my helmet and see if you can see kind of first person what I'm doing. And I'll probably overdub that part, but I think that's it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, I did want to point out too, like, breaking the bead is going to be the first step you do. So if you do that, see I've had stuff glued on here, but it came off. So I use an old tire inner tube and put it over there just because if the rim hits, that way it don't get scratched. My biggest thing is trying not to scratch the wheels. So I do a lot to make sure they don't get scratched. It's just an idea. You know, if you got a better one, tell me. But all right, next view should be me wearing the camera on my helmet. Thanks. Okay, hopefully I won't be yelling. I just did a test and it looked like it. I was screaming. But the thing I'm saying here, the first thing you got to do when you're changing the tire course is take the valve stem out. I'm going to go ahead and walk through this, hopefully get it right the first time. I already mentioned protecting it. There you see the wood below the tire. That's just a thing that I do to protect the disc brake. As you can see, the disc brake is down and I don't like the wheels sitting on the disc brake. They're tough. Obviously, you probably don't need it, but that's just my thing. Okay, so you got the valve stem out. And then the first thing you're going to do is break the bead. So here I'm breaking the bead. And I apologize for any random noises as I move around and record. And any pauses because I'm just trying to overdub this. There that you can see the bead popped. Like I say, I was wearing the GoPro helmet on my, or camera on my bicycle helmet. And we're popping the bead here. But once you get it popped, obviously you go ahead and push it down all the way around. And then you're going to flip the tire and do the same thing to the other side. You got to break both beads. And here I'm going to break the second one. Wow, this is awkward. Once you break the bead. Anyway, this video is a lot like the other one. But since this is a street bike, a lot of the procedures are the same. This is a street bike tire. And I got those blocks on there. I kind of wanted to film one, plus I didn't film one this way, you know, wearing the helmet where you can actually look down and see. The view may not be that good. GoPro's good for action sports, I guess, but it's all right. And under here, this is where you go ahead and, you know, you're going to get the tire. You're going to get that curve there that you can see, you know, the lip of the rim right in there. Then you're going to do the other two, and then you'll tighten this down. Of course, this is the Harbor Freight tire changer with a motorcycle tire adapter. But then you get it secure, put the rod in there so you have something to push the pull rod with. Here, and just checking, you got to make sure that bead is down in that drop center. That's one of those terms I love. I don't love it, but I say it a lot. And this right here, what I'm spraying in is that no more paste mixed with water. And, you know, I'm going to spray it all the way around the tire there. And then this is the end, obviously, you use to take it off, just like in my car tire video. And right here I struggle a little bit because my own stupidity, I guess. See, you can see to the left here, the tire is not down in the drop center, so I don't have the room. So I tell my buddy here, hey man, push that tire down as I start pushing here. And as soon as he does, get plenty of room. Now when you're doing this, you see the end of that Mojo lever is got that nylon or whatever it is on there, Teflon. You want to make sure you don't touch the wheel with that, with the paint, with the metal, just that, and it won't hurt the paint at all. So here's the second bead. once you get that top one off, it's real easy. You just lift up the tire, get the other side in the drop center like he's doing there, and again, you can get it. It gives you room. That drop center is really key to a lot of this stuff. You got to have the room, and then you don't have these tires aren't so hard to stretch. That's what I struggled with a lot before. I was doing this when it was really tough, and it's not that hard now, and that's why I'm making videos, see if I can help someone. So here goes the second bead. Excuse me. Of course, that's easy. And then here, obviously, you want to inspect your wheel. This is a brand new bike. That was his original tire. It's in good shape, so he's wiping it off. And here I'm showing a little trick. It was kind of cool that day. He drove over so it was warm, so he put the tire under the hood to warm it up a little bit. Right here I'm talking about the direction. Obviously you want to make sure you put the direction the right way on the tire. And here I'm talking about the No More Paste. And I'm going to put it on the wheel there in the drop center and just under that lip there, the first one. And then I just continue to talk about it here, but I fast forward this just because it's kind of boring, but at least you can see where I put it under the edge and put it down at least to the center of the drop center. That stuff ain't that expensive, and it makes such a good difference in doing the tire, so I'm kind of not too scared to use it. Spin the tire and get it done. Spin the wheel. And now I'm talking about right there is the valve stem. That's 3. If the valve stem's at 6, I go from 3 to 9. You do half of the top face of the rim because that's where your tire is going to hang up and just be hung up on the wheel. So by doing just 3 to 9, you drop the wheel down at the valve stem and it's not slippery, so it stays over. And then you're going to do, this is the side of it that's going on the rim first. So you do basically on the inside lip there where it's going to obviously make contact with the rim. So you lube all that, and I fast forwarded that, and then see I set the rim. You don't even see it really pop down here. It's such little effort, just bonk, there it was. So then once you get that first bead on, then you can see I'm doing the underside of that second bead, and I'm going to do that all the way around. Maybe you don't have to by No More videos, I don't remember, but I go all the way around just in case. And one thing I didn't do on this video here, I'm talking about this is the install side, and here I'm back at the valve stem again, starting a quarter ways away. The first thing you do is go ahead and get that bar in place. You put it over the lip of the rim, and then you pop the tire down. But what I was saying, one thing I didn't do this time that I did on the streetcar tire is where I push it down right here. Normally I put a block of wood, a little piece of furring strip just to hold it. But this tire seemed really soft, and I just told my buddy there to just go ahead and try it, and I'll try and hold it down. And as you can see, I keep pushing that tire down in the drop center. And as long as there's room, that tire's going to go with it in the drop center. I mean, we didn't use anything to hold it, as you can see, just my hand. And I'm holding it down there, and he's walking it. Hardly any pressure, a little bit, but nothing that's going to take a full-grown man or, some power lifter. And then it just pops right on, and it really is easy if you do it right and you have the right stuff. Now here I'm pointing out something I've done a few times is I'll go ahead and air up the tire on the stand, and that one bead won't seat because it's still on the rim, or on that holder. So it's something to think about. I go ahead and take it off. You put the valve core back in, which he was doing while it was on the stand, and then you air it up, and that's it. So I hope this video helps. Enjoy.